We've just woken up in Italy. This is our first morning in Italy. We're actually staying here for only one night. This is a sort of agro-tourism sort of place. It's very countryside-like. We really want to get the local flavors, sort of places. And this one, oh nice, it's not raining. It was actually raining last night when we got here. Look at this, what a charming, gorgeous spot. That's not terribly charming, but the building where we're staying, yeah, it's really gorgeous, really nice. But it was a bit tricky to get here because once we it was about a 6-hour drive from Vienna. So we drove from Vienna yesterday and we got here in the evening and it was raining, and it was actually this sort of dirt road that we got to at the very end, at the sort of very last part of our journey to actually get to our accommodation. And because it was raining, it was all kind of muddy. Oh, there's a local dog saying hello. So I was actually getting a little worried that we would get stuck in mud when trying to get through the dirt road to get all the way to this accommodation. Fortunately, it was fine. Then at some point the road was blocked. It was like a metal sort of barricade that was just kind of closing the road. And you know, I thought maybe I can move it so I can drive through, because my sat nav and my phone, the maps on my phone, were very clearly showing me that this is the way to go to our accommodation, this is where I'm meant to drive. But I couldn't move it, it was way too heavy. So I thought, okay, I'm not meant to move it. So I called the number that I got when I made the booking, and I asked in English, you know, what to do about the blockade, like what the thing, how do I get to the accommodation. And they didn't speak any English. So that was a bit of a shock to realize that we are in Italy. It is very agro-cultural, you know, kind of place. So we're staying here, but people are not speaking any English. Or the person who answered the phone. I don't know how I managed with my very limited Italian. I managed to actually understand that she's telling me that there's actually another access, another route to get to this place. So I kind of just drove around and I got to this place from the other side. It's a crisp early morning in Italy. It feels a little bit cold. Not too bad. When I finally figured out what they were telling me, when I finally found the place, we got here and they told us like we can have dinner. There's a little restaurant here, and the dinner would be at 8. You know, it was about 6 when we got here. So we were hungry, we wanted to eat, but they said that it's not possible to have dinner at 7 or any earlier, so it's gonna be 8. And yeah, sure enough, Italians eat quite late, so it's just their way of living and their lives. They eat quite late after 8, and then they still go out for drinks, and it's a kind of like a midnight till midnight sort of affair when they are out. We didn't really have a choice but to wait till 8. And oh my god, what a great surprise. Like, we're so glad that we waited, because when we got there was only one other gentleman sitting there eating something, and then once we sat down and we got our food, then a lot of other people turned up. Like, this place is near a very small town called Belluno, and we didn't expect that people would be actually coming for dinner here, but we got this wonderful surprise because all these people started turning up, and there was just so much kind of joy in the air, and it felt like everybody was family. They were probably friends, they knew each other, I'm guessing. And every time somebody walked in, everybody was greeting them, including the staff. This dog is called Lori, I think, and it was basically in the restaurant with us, and everybody was just patting Lori and playing with her, I'm assuming. So that's where the restaurant is. Oh, what is happening here? It is such a gorgeous little corner here. There seems to be an outdoor restaurant area here as well, but we didn't use it. Oh, the dog is off. And this is the little restaurant inside through that door where we went. And there were, everybody was speaking Italian, and there were so many Italians there. We were just sitting and chatting. There was so much joy in the air, and food and wine and a lot of prosecco. And they wanted to give us some, but we had our own wine, and that was quite enough actually for us. So we even chatted with them, like half English, half Italian. It was such an awesome experience actually to be there and to experience that Italian hospitality and Italian spirit. Good morning.
Hello.
Buongiorno.
How are you?
Very good, thank you. So that was such a great experience for us to be here, to wait, to have experience all these people coming in and be a part of an Italian feast in a way, even though we weren't eating together, but there was still a lot of chatting and laughing and great attempts being made between English and Italian language to actually communicate and to have a conversation. It is a very sunny day in Dolo. This is where we are today. It's sort of this is our unit, and it's sort of on the first floor, and we are sort of at the roof level of the town. We've got our little balcony area, and we can see the rooftops of Dolo. So we are actually staying here for 2 nights. The reason being is that it is very close to Venezia. I figured that it would be just much easier to stay somewhere outside Venice for 2 nights, and then we're just gonna grab a bus and we're gonna get straight to Venice and enjoy, explore the entire day in Venice. And then we're gonna keep going to Tuscany. So this is our sort of plan to explore the sort of northern parts of Italy first for the first few days, and then we're going to go to Tuscany and just stay there for about 10 days or so, I think. So we'll be exploring Florence and all sorts of different lovely places in Tuscany. This feels like spring. You know, even this morning we were still in northern Italy, and we were cold. We were putting jumpers on when getting into the car and when walking around. And this feels like spring. It's like 20 something degrees probably, and it feels really, really lovely. There is some kind of a tower, like a church or a clock tower or something like that. Okay, it's time to see what Dolo is all about.